In this episode, we're in the hills around Reefton, on the South Island's west coast, where I'm visiting the Echo coal mine, meeting the men and women busy toiling away, digging, carting, crushing and blasting.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Patrick Phelps. My father was a miner, my grandfather was a miner. In this series, I'm taking you where most Kiwis never get to go.
We're live on all cams.
Inside Aotearoa's working mine sites, so you can meet the miners. Echo is an open cast operation producing specialist low ash coking coal for international customers. Much of the coal is used to manufacture steel and silicon metal, a component in many electronics, solar panels and other industrial products. Mine manager, Eamon, oversees the site's operations. Overlooking the pit, he talked me through the people and the machinery involved in winning coal.
So we've got 27 workers directly employed by Francis Mining. We've also got prime explosives, which they have 7 or 8 workers up here to do drill and blast for us. We run 2 production diggers, a 95-tonne Volvo and a 75-tonne Volvo digger. Our coal production digger is only a 25-tonne zero swing digger that, because of the geology there, it's needing to move the bucket around with a tilt hitch and that to be able to produce the coal cleanly, because we don't wash our export coal, we dig it clean enough to be able to dry screen and export. And we also have 17 dump trucks that look after the overburden removal, the coal production. And our 30-tonne digger is more the auxiliary jobs, keeping the ponds empty, doing drainage, things like that keep the site tidy.
Eamon has plenty to keep himself busy as mine manager, including the quality of coal going to market, adhering to regulatory conditions, and overseeing the site's rehabilitation. But he's far from complaining.
Nothing beats being outside here in the coast. The geology here is that interesting that it's never a dull day.
Eamon's love for the job comes as no surprise, given his family background.
I'm a 4th generation coal miner. I used to spend my school holidays at the mine site with my father working, doing Geology 101, which was picking stone out of coal.
Though he started out young, Eamon hasn't been mining his whole life.
So I actually studied hospitality, did my OE, travelled around the world, lived in Sydney, Aspen in the States, Alicante in Spain and Mallorca, did super yacht circuits, did a transatlantic crossing.
Hospitality was Eamon's way of seeing the world, but coal mining was his ticket home.
In 2007, I was following the All Blacks around Europe, and my father called me up and said he's getting a bit too old to carry on doing the big hours that we do up here. So it was a great opportunity to come home and put my roots down and get into a real job.
I left Eamon to his work and headed down to take a look at the pit. Giving me a lift was dump truck driver Louisa, who gave me a rundown of her day.
When I first get here, we have our toolbox meeting in the morning, so it sort of lets everyone know where they're going to go for the day. Then I'll go do my pre-start on my truck, and if that's all good to go, then go under the digger, go load some overburden out and take it up to the tip head and just do that all day, pretty much.
Louisa admits it's not always quite as routine.
On wet days, or when it's been raining and it's gone sunny like this, it can get quite slippery, and some of the roads you've just got to watch out. It could send you into the drain a little bit, like you've got to make sure if it is slippery.
It's hard enough just sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
Mining isn't Louisa's first or only career.
Well, when I left school, I worked at a cafe, and that was pretty cool. I like cooking and didn't mind making coffees and that, but I didn't think I'd want to do hospitality for the rest of my life.
I asked Louisa what she liked about her switch from a cafe to a coal mine.
It's sort of always changing, like the pit's always changing, and I like not having to be so stressed about, because it's a lot different than hospitality, and I just really enjoy driving.
Down at the coalface, I met pit supervisor Phil.
Basically the lowest point of the mine.
He explained to me the different coal seams, plural, that the team are mining.
We've got the three major seams here, the Collis, the Corcoran and the Basal sequence. Between the three seams, we'll mix the coal. We've got some that are slightly higher in sulphur, some that are less. So between the three seams, we can generally get a blend that's, that's a sellable product.
I wanted to know more about how the miners and their machines can extract the coal from the seam so cleanly that it doesn't need washing before being exported.
A lot of the time I'll go and mark where the coal is. I'll just put dazzle dots around the edge of it, and then the bigger dip machines will come up within like a metre of that coal. And then basically the smaller machine with a cleaning bucket will come in and he'll just trim off the last little bit. Because the seam's so twisted that we really need those tilt hitches on those machines. It's almost like coal surgery rather than just digging coal. The operators on those coal digging machines are coal surgeons, I like to put it.
While he now supervises an open cast operation, Phil's pedigree is in underground mining, all the way back to his great-grandfather in Scotland. Phil made the somewhat reluctant move into daylight relatively recently.
Do you miss the underground side of things at all?
I do, yeah, I really do. I love me underground. So it was a big, change. It was quite tough for me for a start, I'd have to admit. I was on a dump truck for the first 2 years. From being so active to sitting on a truck was quite tough. But I'm really enjoying my role now.
Good morning, everybody. Morning, Mr. Hamble.
Getting to talk to all the guys, get to chat with all the different operators. Just make sure and look out for their safety.
As I looked out at the pit crew, I could see the explosives team preparing for their next shot. After the break, we'll find out what they're doing and take a look at something like this.
Wow.
As well as seeing where the coal ends up and getting a closer look at what goes on in the workshop.